Okay, let's look at a couple of exceptions here. This is our same king's adjacent rosette with the rook cutting off the kings from each other. So our main move here would be queen a5 check. In this case, I mean, you can do it, and it's the same pattern that you're familiar with, and we gradually walk black backwards. But what I want you to notice is we just put the queen on the edge of the board, which means we're pushing black toward h8, toward the largest area of the board. This is going to be a long process to get him pushed all the way back to h8. And sometimes, of course, if we move the position one more file to the left, you can't play the main move because it would actually lie off the board. So if you're going to put the queen on the edge of the board with our main move, or actually shoot off the edge of the board, it's better to just edge forward by attacking the rook. The most plausible thing for the defender to do is usually attack one of the two pieces, so that would be reasonable. And then you can give a check here, and you can give a check there. One way or another, it forces him to yield ground. And you can see we're pushing him back into a smaller area of the board now. We also have the defender could check the other piece, but after that move, the defender has to give way one way or another. What he doesn't want to do here is play king b5, because then the queen check from d5 already forces it into an edge position, and black lost ground very rapidly. It's better to play the rook back to b5 or even b6 here, and then try to swing it around the king to the central files and trust white to make a mistake. Now in this case, we've actually pushed it into the edge of the board. It's still, the kings are on the same side of the rosette. They're next to each other, and the rook is cutting off the two kings. So it's your adjacent cutoff rosette. Now the queen obviously can't play queen i8 check. There is no such move. This is, and the opposing king is on the edge of the board. This is the one time that the standard move, shooting along the edge of the rook, is actually the best plan of attack. So that's the sensible move to make. I'll show you. Here's why you don't approach. That is now either perpetual check or it's a stalemate. King g6, rook h6 check, stalemate. So better to go along the edge of the rook here, since you can't play the main move and the king is already cornered. Goes there, bring your king forward, working our way toward a cage position. And again, as the defender, you want to use the stalemate defense here. He dare not take the rook. And what's going to happen is a distant defense. We are likely to transposition here into a javelin position. So from our original cornered cutoff rosette, we've got a javelin position. The javelin really is a type of position you need to study. So we go there, grabbing the checking square. He makes a form of harassment defense. Can't get better than that as the attacker. You're attacking the rook, both checking squares. So that's the end of the harassment. So he's going to go there, come on in, go to the diagonal, next to the diagonal of the rook. Now, notice that the whole approach of attack has pivoted. We want to control b6 as the checking square so that our king can advance. So we did, king advances, time to fall back, check there, and we have the Philidor position. And now for the defender. Assuming black is to move, once again, the theme is it's much easier to defend these rosettes than it is to attack them. It is not safe to attack the king because b4 is covered by both pieces. So you attack the queen. Okay, the rook is threatened with a pin. Black now has both pieces in the center of the board. This is one of the three things that it's hardest for the attacker to deal with. Now I've rotated the position. Again, black is going to be to play. And notice this is now still an adjacent rosette because the kings are next to each other, but it's a non-cutoff. The rook isn't separating them. Neither of the rook's lines cuts off the kings from each other. But for the defender, the same idea applies. Attack the king if you can. If you can't, attack the queen. So we're going to go there, check. That's a reasonable move to play. Certainly king c4 is not reasonable. So now we again have both pieces in the middle of the board. This is one of the three places where the attacker is most likely to lose time.